In this lesson, we'll cover sheet and title block properties. So to view the properties of a sheet, basically just view a sheet and don't select anything. The properties on the left will be for the sheet. Some of this information you can modify and some you can't. As you can see, as I scroll through the properties of the sheet, some are editable and others are not. To see the information and edit information on the title block, one way is to click on the title block. The properties on the left then will display information for the title block. Here you can change values for the title block, such as drawn by, who it was checked by, or I can update various things like the sheet number and sheet name. Now you also can change this information for the title block underneath the project information. For example, when I'm looking at the drawn by is a drop-down for author. I can also see check by is checker, and designer is designer. These are actually links to parameters within Revit for this project. So to see this information in the title block, for example, if I zoom in, the name is J. Smith and the project is Technical School. And then this sheet is Plans and Elevations. If I go to the Manage tab on the ribbon, and in the Settings area on the left, click Project Information, here I can see is the information for the client name, such as J. Smith, and project name, Technical School. If I change this to, let's say, my name, Tim, this is going to change across all the sheets because this is a value that all the sheets read for client name. So if I type my name in, Tim, and click OK, I now see this updates here in this title block as well as all of the other title blocks for this information. Now, if you wanted to edit a title block within the project, let's say you wanted to change the logo, or you wanted to see how this information is linked together. So how do I know this field right here for the name Tim links to that property in the property information? Double-click your title block. When you double-click on your title block, the title block actually opens in edit mode. Be careful here because this mode will actually change the format of your title block. I'm just kind of showing to illustrate some of the actual parameters and how they're linked to these values in the title block themselves. So if I zoom in, I can see here's client name. If you click on client name, I see the information on the left for the client name, the text and how it's organized and how it's centered. If you click edit next to the label, here I can see the sample value as client name. That's what I see on the screen, but it's linked to the parameter called client name. That client name was the parameter we saw on the project information screen. So that's how this links back and forth. And you can modify this by adding your own values, own parameters on your sheet or modifying them. Now, once you're done editing or changing or deleting, because maybe you don't want to see everything that this title block includes, X out in the upper right. Now, if you do modify this, you're only modifying this title block within this project, not necessarily the master title block. To edit that title block, you would open up that title block and then modify it and then resave that title block. So as a review in this lesson, we looked at sheet and title block properties. We looked at sheet properties simply by opening a sheet and view the properties in the property area on the left. To view the title block properties, we clicked on the title block and then the properties were displayed on the left for the title block. We then looked at updating information on the title block, such as the name. Here we could do that directly on the title block, or we could go to the project information on the Manage tab and update that information there. And lastly, we opened the title block in edit mode to actually look and see how parameters are linked to the values on the title block.